everyone. A very good day to all of you joining us live. Welcome to Kissflow's Global Demo Day. I am Megha, your host for today, and with me I have our expert and speaker for today, Mr. Karthik Maharajan. Karthik is a seasoned product manager with over 8 years of experience in product development and strategy. He has played a pivotal role in building and driving the adoption of Kissflow's workflow automation module, boards. Karthik's expertise includes developing advanced enterprise grade capabilities and leveraging AI to enhance the platform and meet complex customer needs. In today's session, Mr. Karthik will be helping you all understand and connect workflows without complex integrations under 30 minutes. We will mostly be covering a detailed walkthrough of Kissflow's orchestration capabilities, best practices for integrating different workflows and processes, techniques to automate tasks and enhance operational efficiencies, and finally, we'll have an interactive Q&A to address any of your workflow challenges. So after we finish with the whole platform overview and the walkthrough, we will move on to the Q&A where we will also ask take up any of your questions or doubts that you have regarding the demo or your workflow challenges that you want to ask our expert. And in case you want to communicate anything else, you could use the Q&A box because that is, enabled for communication with us. So if you have questions, doubts, or you just want to communicate with us, you can use the Q&A box whenever required during the demo, and we will answer. Our team will answer to all of it. We're ready to get started with the demo. Over to Mr. Karthik.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's demo day. My name is Karthik and I'm a product manager here at Kissflow. It's great to have you all here as we dive deeper into one of our latest and most powerful features, orchestration, which we call as subflows or connected flows at Kissflow. Over the next 25 to 25 minutes, I'll be demonstrating how subflows can help you seamlessly connect multiple workflows, transforming isolated processes into a unified system that boosts efficiency, collaboration, and visibility across your organization. We'll begin with an overview of the Kissflow platform, followed by the common challenges organizations face with disconnected workflows and how subflows can effectively address these issues. And then we'll explore the benefits of orchestrating workflows using our platform, followed by a real-world application of this feature. We'll wrap up with the Q&A session, so please feel free to jot down any questions you might have during the presentation. Let me start with giving you a high-level overview of the Kissflow platform. Kissflow is an all-in-one, low-code, no-code digital workplace platform designed to help organizations manage all type of works from structured workflows to unstructured projects. At its core, the platform provides three essential modules that empowers businesses to create and manage workflows seamlessly. Applications. The module enables user to build custom enterprise-grade applications with low-code tools. Whether it's a simple approval process or a complex business solution, applications are the foundation for creating tailored solution that fits unique business needs. Processes. Kissflow's no-code process automation allows teams to streamline repetitive tasks and automate workflows. It's perfect for managing structured tasks like approval and other core business functions, improving efficiency across departments. Boards offering a flexible Kanban-style interface, boards are ideal for managing unstructured tasks like project, tickets, and case tracking. This visual approach makes it easy for teams to collaborate and keep track of progress in real time. Orchestration through subflows is a game changer. It transforms how customers can build on top of these modules by allowing them to connect and automate workflows across processes and boards. With orchestration, customers can break down silos, streamline complex processes, and create cohesive end-to-end solution that adapts to their business needs. This flexibility will redefine how business can leverage Kissflow platform to scale and innovate. Let's start addressing by a familiar pain point, disconnected workflows. In many organizations, workflows are siloed within departments. yet they depend heavily on each other to complete tasks. This lack of integration is not just an inconvenience, it's a significant roadblock. Teams are left working in isolation, unaware of how their progress impacts the bigger picture. This disconnection leads to frustrating delays, missed opportunities, and a lot of wasted efforts. Without a unified system, gaining a clear real-time overview becomes a daunting task. It's difficult to monitor progress and make informed decisions when you're constantly in dark. And what's the ripple effect? Multiple teams unknowingly duplicate efforts, wasting time and resources due to poor communication and lack of cohesion. It's like everyone is rowing in different directions, and the ship just is not moving forward as it should. In summary, disconnected workflows are costing you time, visibility, and resources. It's time to break down the silos, connect your processes, and steer the ship in the right direction. Now, let me introduce you to our solution, Subflows, brought you through our new orchestration feature. Subflows allows you to connect multiple siloed workflows, creating a master workflow that manages the request's entire lifecycle. This feature empowers you to build cohesive enterprise-grade automation that bridges the gap between departments and processes, ensuring all workflows are interconnected and streamlined. And as a result, you can effortlessly track everything with ease. As we have already discussed, Kissflow offers both structured and unstructured workflow management through processes and boards. The orchestration feature takes this a step further by allowing you to seamlessly connect different boards and processes, streamlining the request's entire lifecycle and making it easier to track the progress. Now we can easily connect two boards in Kissflow readily. And in just few days, we'll be releasing the capability to connect a process to a process and a board to a process. Now let's see how Subflow works with the real world application. For today's session, I've chosen asset management as an example. Let me start by explaining the use case and then we'll move on to the demo. In this asset management process, when an asset is identified, a request should be initiated to the risk management team, which essentially start the risk assessment process. The team can further analyze the asset based on various criteria and decide whether to proceed with the investment or not. If approved, the asset management team would plan the investment and acquire the assets. They would complete all the necessary compliances and start managing the assets. Once the asset reaches a certain stage, the asset management team would consider liquidating the asset, for which they need to raise a request to another team that can analyze the situation and aid in making an informed decision. If we were to implement this use case in Kissflow, there would be a primary board, a master workflow to manage all the assets called asset management board. This board would be managed by the asset management team. When an asset is identified, a request should be initiated to the risk assessment team in a separate board where they would deep dive into the risk factors involved with the asset and decide whether to invest in or reject the asset. Once the investment is confirmed, the request should be moved back to the primary asset management board for the asset management team to start acquiring the asset. The asset management team will then review the assets and decide whether to liquidate or continue managing them. In the case of liquidation, they can further send the request to another team for approval, leveraging Kissflow process, where the team can analyze the investment and ROI, feeding this information back to the asset management team for future reference. So this is the use case. Now let's see how we can implement this basic sync between the asset management board and the risk assessment board using orchestration. Now let's get into the demo. This is the primary asset management board that I mentioned. You can see it includes various status from asset identification to risk assessment to investment strategy to compliance check to engagement closure, and it also has a rejected asset stage. So in case if the risk assessment team rejects the asset, it will directly get moved to the rejected asset status. And I also added the form fields that would be relevant for this use case, capturing the asset details, investment details, acquisition information, compliance information. In case of a rejection, what would be the reason for the rejection and stuff. And this is the risk assessment board where the asset created in the primary board would be listed in the risk assessment board for the risk assessment team to check the asset and approve it or not. Previously, in Kissflow, you would have to use integrations to achieve the connection between workflows. Our integration module is the top class among competitors, particularly for sophisticated connection between Kissflow and external systems. However, for connecting workflows within Kissflow, you no longer need to create multiple integrations and manage them. To simplify this process, we have introduced Subflow in our workflow configuration. Let me show that. Just like adding a new workflow status, you can now create a new connected workflow status. This will allow you to connect a board to other flow easily. I've already created a connected flow for this demo. Let me show how it works. So as per my condition, once an item is created in the asset identification status and moved to the risk assessment process status, I've set a condition to connect to the risk assessment board, which I showed before. You can map the fields to the risk assessment board so that the same data is copied for that team to analyze. So I've mapped the asset details here. So the risk assessment team will have the same information for them to check and make the progress. And here's the interesting part. Sometimes you may want the asset management team to you may not want the asset management team to proceed until the risk assessment team confirms the asset acceptance. For that, you can add a condition to lock the item until it meets the criteria in the other board. During this lock, no changes can be made to this request in this board. If necessary, an admin can override the lock condition and unlock the item if the situation demands it. And this is an optional feature. You can choose to lock or keep it open depending on your need. You can also specify a condition under which the request should remain locked, and additionally, you can set a condition to move the request automatically to a certain status when the lock is released. In our case, I've set it to the item to be remain locked until it reaches cleared for investment in the risk assessment board. And once unlocked, the item should automatically move to the investment strategy status. And you can also decide whether to create a request on the other board based on a certain condition so that you want this to happen dynamically, or it should be created always. I've made it always just for our demo sake. And we intentionally made this configuration very simple, just like setting up a workflow status and not like configuring an integration. This way, it doesn't require any extra effort and anyone can set it up so easily. Now that our configuration is complete, let's see this in action. I'm creating a new asset in the asset management board. I'll call it neural interface startup, and asset type is venture capital, and startup catering to mental health, and I'll add some value, and the location will be California. Right, let me create an item here. So you can see the item is created in this particular board. And now you can see that the item is not created in this board yet, because as per the condition, only if it moves to the risk assessment status, it should create. And now you can see it is checking the condition for the status that I've made. Now an item is created in the risk assessment board automatically, and the same set of information is copied here. The asset details is copied here. And you can see in the primary board, that is a asset management board, the item is locked. So as an admin, I can choose to unlock it if my situation demands it. But I decided to keep it locked for this demo's purpose. And you can see I cannot make any changes to this item. I cannot make change even the status or assignee for this item until the item is request is closed from the other board. And and okay, the best part is when you open the request here, we can track this progress directly in from the connected items tab. Previously, you will have to navigate to a different board and search for the item and access it to know what the status is. Now it's just one touch away. If I move this item to further status, for example, now I move to the risk assessment status. If you go there, you'll directly see the status move to risk assessment from here. So this saves a lot of time for you to working with multiple boards or processes. It's just one click away with orchestration. Once the request is complete in the other board, say for example, I'm moving it to clear for investment as per the condition, you can see the item has been unlocked and it automatically moved to the investment strategy status. So you can see how uh, creating an item completing an item in a different board automatically takes care of everything here instead of you writing integration or manually making all the changes or manually managing multiple workflows. And this feature also allows for further levels of sophistication. I just showcase connecting one item with other, but if you have a table in the parent flow, you can track various requests. Let me show that as well. Now, let me add a new table called investor details. So this will have a investor name and location. So the table I've added to this item, sorry, to the form configuration, and you can see the table is already readily available for the person to start creating new items here. And if we go to our workflow configuration, now it shows an option to create items from table entries. So I can pick the table, say investor details, the table that I've created now, and I can choose to map the table information. Now, along with the fields of the board, I can also choose to pick the table rows information. So for every row that I create in a table, I can create corresponding items in the other board. So for every item that I create in a table, each item will be created in the corresponding risk assessment board. If in that case, if I open here, for each line item in the table, I'll be having separate dependent or connected items in this primary board for me to track. And so I'll be able to track multiple items at just one place with the help of orchestration. Now, as you see on the screen, this flexibility allows you to manage complex processes without leaving the main workflow, making sure every detail is accounted for. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Orchestration, orchestrating workflows with subflows offer much more key benefits. It accelerates workflow completion by providing complete visibility into the status of each task, allowing you to spot bottlenecks early. This visual representation of steps and dependencies makes it easy to debug and adjust workflows as needed. By connecting workflows, you foster better collaboration across teams, ensuring everyone knows who is accountable for what. Finally, subflows help eliminate duplicate workflows so you can be confident that no effort is wasted. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope you are as excited about the possibilities of subflow as I am. Now, I'd like to open the floor for any questions you might have. Please feel free to ask about anything we've discussed or any specific scenarios you would consider for your workflows. Thank you.